Well, good evening and welcome to the Ivory Coast. Bienvenue à Abidjan, the host city of the 27th edition of the African Championships of Basketball. Welcome to AfroBasket 2013. This is the continent of Africa's premier basketball competition. It is prize-giving day here in Abidjan. You saw the medals that are yet to be awarded. We've already sorted out the bronze medal winners as Senegal defeated the Ivory Coast by 1 point in the opener. My name is Liam Canny. I'm joined by my partner, Lloyd Gardner, and this is the finals of AfroBasket 2013. It's the Pharaohs of Egypt versus the Black Antelopes of Angola. And Lloyd, here's a look at an Angola lineup which has impressed us throughout this tournament.
Well, 2 weeks of competition come down to this, and this is a very focused looking Angolan team. The reaction of the two groups yesterday was so interesting to watch. Egypt celebrating, diving on the court. Angola, they pointed the finger to the team, the crowd, who were going crazy. One more win, they said, straight away. So you can see this Angolan team didn't come to win a medal, they came here to win gold.
And by contrast, Egypt are delighted that they're here. They are surprise finalists. They started their pool play in the group of death, Pool A, and were 0-3. They lost those 3 games by a combined score of 13 points. So they're absolutely delighted to be at the party. And the question on everyone's mind here is, can they cause an upset?
Well, an upset is what they specialize in. This is an Egypt team, as you said, didn't get a win in the group stages, but they've come through. What was a difficult victory over Tunisia, the reigning AfroBasket champions in the 8th final. They then defeated Cape Verde by 1 point in the quarterfinal, and then what a huge win over against Senegal last night.
Well, the players take their positions on the floor. Get a look at the officiating crew, which will call tonight's game. We'll take a pause here in La Pelle des Sports. Come to our feet and honor the national anthems of Egypt and Angola.
L'hymne de l'Égypte. Merci. L'hymne de l'Angola.
Well, a stirring rendition by the Angolan national anthem by a cheering section to our left. The Angolan government has sponsored 2 planes to get here for the semifinals and finals. These Angolan fans add a wonderful element of enthusiasm. The arena starting to fill up, at least here in the lower bowl. This is the finals of AfroBasket 2013. We have one more bit of protocol to fulfill as the players exchange medals and tokens to mark the day when they played against each other and when they played in the finals of the African Championships. We'll get a message here to help support the Protect the Basket campaign, a campaign to stop the proliferation of AIDS throughout the continent of Africa.
للاحتفال بالحياة ودعم حماية الباسكت الخاصة ببرنامج الأمم المتحدة المشترك المعني بالإيدز للوصول إلى أجيال خالية من الإصابات الجديدة، خالية من العنصر والتمييز، خالية من وفيات الإيدز.
Nós, atletas participantes no AfroBasket 2013, apelamos às equipas, nossos colegas, amigos e jovens que fazem toda a África para celebrarem a vida e apoiarem a campanha da ONU proteger o basquetebol de modo a alcançar zero novas infecções por HIV, discriminação zero e zero mortes relacionadas com SIDA.
And Lloyd, great to see Carlos Almeida and Wael Bader delivering the message. The two veterans of the squad, both of those players are well into their 30s.
They certainly are, but they both play huge parts of this piece as we see Egypt starting with Wael Bader at the point guard position. Interesting change in the starting lineup. He has often been held back a little bit at the start of the game, trying to save his minutes. He usually plays right around that 25-minute mark. Just at 36 years of age, it's difficult for him to play in the 30 minutes at a high level. So it'll be interesting to see, is he able to do it for this one last final, one last game?
Especially against an Angola team that are terrifically tenacious on defense. And the perimeter players start that off for Angola. They really put the guards of the opposition under tremendous pressure. Tonight it'll be Almeida with a start, and Costa and Moraes round out the perimeter trio.
Well, both coaches going for the veterans in the starting lineup for Angola. That's going to be the question. I want to see how Moraes and Bada play against this Angolan defense, because throughout this tournament, what we've seen is that Angola are the masters at taking the opposition out of what they usually run, taking them out of being able to go to their go-to stuff.
Well, according to the FIBA rankings, Angola, the highest of all the African countries, they're ranked 15th. By contrast, Egypt, I beg your pardon, are ranked 60th. But Lloyd, Egypt are playing with house money. They're going to the World Cup in 2014. They've got nothing to fear. They can go out and have a really good go at trying to turn over the Angolans.
Well, Egypt seem to like playing as the underdog. They seem to like playing, from behind, and that is a large part. That man right there, Moraes, has had a fantastic campaign. They would not be where they are without him, and it's going to be interesting to see how he's going to deal with Angola.
Get a look at one of the Egyptian fans here in the arena. It is dominated by Angolan fans, so Egypt will have to play in front of what should be a partisan crowd supporting Angola. It's quite a contrast as we look at Carlos Moraes. Lloyd, maybe a word about Moraes and his game?
Well, Moraes is a fantastic scorer, so talented. He's scored double figures in every game of this competition. Shows you how consistent he is. The one weak area for him, perhaps the 6 turnovers in the semi-final. He does give it up a little bit too easy at times, but I'm sure he will come as a focused character. It'll be interesting to see whether he matches up against El Gamel from Egypt and who Egypt are going to use to stop Moraes.
Well, it's quite a contrast when you compare these two teams. Angola are the juggernauts of African basketball. They have 10 gold medals, more than any other team. But before Angola were the powers, Egypt were the powers. Egypt with 5 gold medals, joint second with Senegal. But they haven't won since 1983. And Egypt, you know who they beat in the finals in 1983 when the tournament was in Alexandria?
Angola.
Angola, absolutely. And since that time, since '83, Angola have gone on to win a medal in each and every African championships, 10 of those being gold. So we'll see the former power in Egypt against the current power in Angola in just a couple of minutes as we get ready to tip it off here.
I'm going to put my neck on the line a little bit here, Liam. I'm going to say Angola come out to a fast start, because, throughout this tournament, they've had that start, that first quarter in almost every game. We saw it yesterday in the semi-final, 23-10. They came out against the Ivory Coast. The challenge for them is, can they keep that consistency going? You know, for Egypt, I think they've just got to keep within touching distance in the first half. You know, if they can stay as close as possible in single digits in the first quarter, I've got to think they take that as a positive.
So really, Egypt need to hang in this game for as long as they can. And no surprise that, I suppose, Badair starts at the point. He is their best guard. He'll be able to absorb and handle the pressure of the Angolan guards better than anybody else. And El Gamel, the number 9, they'll need a big performance from him, will Egypt. And to be fair, after a slow start from him, he's played very well, has Gamel, in Egypt's win against Cape Verde in the quarters, and then against Senegal in the semis.
Well, he had two back-to-back double-figure games. You thought he'd return, but against Senegal, he again struggled for that shot a little, 1 of 7 for 3. And this is going to be the toughest test he's faced all tournament, that's for sure.
We must give respect to Egypt. Although Angola are favored, Egypt knocked Tunisia, the defending champions, out of this tournament, so they've earned their place here. There's no doubt about it. It's a team that you underestimate at your peril. And the Angolans that are a professional outfit in everything they do will try to come out and clinically disassemble these Egyptians. So we're seconds away from tipping it off in the championships of the 27th edition of the African Championships. First possession to Angola.
So El Gamel is going to match up against Moraes. That's interesting. I thought Shusha would have gone on to that matchup. He's taking Costa here again. We see him guarding the ball.
There's Mingus going right at Austin Moraes. Moraes holds his ground. Does just enough to put Mingus off.
Good defense first sequence. He's going to have to keep it out of foul trouble. Angola will try and exploit that. Try and go at Moraes, see if they can get him in trouble.
Good spacing by Egypt. They get an early clean look for El Gamel. He can't get it, but that's a good start for the Egyptians. Sometimes El Gamel goes missing in the offense. They give him an early touch. Now he has to dig in and try to defend Moraes. No easy task. Mingus rises over Ibrahim. Off the mark. Kick out to Badair. Egypt likes to run in transition. That pass had no hope of making it to Moraes. Moraes misses on a good contest by Yusuf Shosa. Ibrahim likes to shoot the 3.
Yes, he does. That is his game. The trail spot or the kick out from Moraes. Likes to shoot more 3s rather than 2s.
Ambrosio, top of the key. There's Moraes. So clever with the ball. He's stripped from behind by El Gamel. El Gamel in transition. Can he finish over Ambrosio? He can. We get our first basket of the gold medal game.
So it hasn't been a fast start for Angola. I'm sure they'll come good here, but it's not been the characteristic beginning we usually see from them.
Of course, Angola have sputtered at times, Lloyd. We know they struggled to beat Central African Republic 85-80. But if Moraes has brought his jump shot, they're almost unplayable.
Yeah, the problems Angola have usually is that consistency, like you say. They can throw together a huge quarter, but then at the same time they can go missing as well.
Good patience by the Egyptians. The shot from Shosa is wayward. Moraes with the rebound. He'll change gears and he'll draw the foul on Wael Badair.
Egypt can't afford their key guys to get him to foul trouble. Badair has to stay pretty clean through this game, and Moraes absolutely, really he needs to play 35+ minutes for them to have any chance. I think Angola will know that. I think that's why they went down to the low block early, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Ambrosio get some touches.
Mingus misses the little jump hook inside. Here's Badair on the wing. We'll give it to El Gamel. El Gamel, nice crossover dribble to the basket and draws the foul. And Lloyd, I want to pick up something that you mentioned. I think it is very curious that for Egypt, the number 12, Yusuf Shosa, really a defensive specialist, and he hasn't drawn the matchup with Moraes. Instead, it's Badair. And oftentimes as a coach, maybe you want your offensive players to get a little break on defense, guard somebody a little bit less offensively talented.
Yeah, absolutely. That's usually the thought pattern, and Shosha really has picked up the talented offensive player on the perimeter for most of the teams that they've faced. So interesting He's not gone to Moraes. Perhaps they'll use him later on. Try and conserve a bit of his energy. I'm not really sure the thinking behind it, but I'm sure there is some.
So here is Sosa now guarding Costa on the ball. Moraes uses screen so well. El Gamel does a good job now. El Gamel draws the assignment of defending Moraes. Moraes rises. Shot over the basket. Here's Bader. Sosa kicks to Ibrahim. Ibrahim had a clean look, decided to move it on, and Bader draws the foul. Lloyd, Angola defended the screen and roll extremely well in their semifinal win against the Ivory Coast.
Yeah, it's interesting because they have to play it a completely different way against Egypt. What they're able to do against the Ivory Coast is leave the second big wide open. You can't do that with Ibrahim because he likes to just stand there and shoot. So they've got to guard it a different way. They don't allow Ibrahim to stay open, perhaps move it on somewhere else or force it to the inside where they can trap. So it'll be interesting. They've gone with a hedge and recover. I wonder if they've got anything else waiting to come.
Into the low blocks. Here's Morai with his first touch. He's going to square up and try to move Mingus. Spins baseline. Reverse layup by Morai. Just wouldn't drop for him. Positive move from the American collegian. Costa wide open. El Gamel closes the door. Eduardo Mingus likes to shoot threes. Here come Egypt back the other way. Mingus with the foul on Rami Ibrahim. It is the third team foul against Angola, the first against Mingus.
Angola let's yet to get going offensively. It seems like they're just playing straight up defense as well. Nothing special, no different strategies to play against Egypt. They believe they can just stop them in straight man-to-man. No wrinkles needed.
Bader, Ibrahim spots up from three. Count it! Rami Ibrahim threads a three. And that is very much part of his game.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the show and recover against Ronnie Ibrahim. This is a man who's shot more threes than twos in this tournament. So you can see he likes to spot, get them feet set and knock it down rather than have to dive or do anything off the dribble.
There's Moraes through the lane, drops a pass to Ambrosio. Ambrosio lost the handle or was blocked by Rami Ibrahim. Any young players out there who play on the perimeter, watch how Moraes moves without the basketball.
Yeah, he's a beautiful player to watch. His three-point shot hasn't really fallen a great percentage in this tournament, but he does have the complete package. Strong, handles the ball well, can shoot from the perimeter, finish going to the basket, is unselfish, and as you said, perhaps the strongest part of his game is movement off the ball.
El Gamel. Ibrahim spots up for another three, draws the front of the rim. Costa comes back for Angola. Yusuf Sosa passes under the screen, meets Costa on the other side, so good defense by the number 12 for Egypt. Looks like Egypt might be showing some zone here, Lloyd, on the inbounds play.
Zone, yeah, on the inbound. This will try to take away any of the screen action. You've got to be careful of the man slipping down the lane. Ambrosio's the key guy to watch it.
There is Ambrosio, slides right down the lane. Egypt recover. Moraes' little runner. Won't drop for him. Here's Bader. Moraes. Ball fakes, tries to move Mingus. Moraes banging with Mingus. Kick it out to El Gamel. El Gamel spins. Pass to Bader. Shot clock at 8. Good movement by the Egyptians. Shows they're going to have to shoot the shot. That hits the glass, comes off hard. Good defense by Angola. Moraes dares Ambrosio to shoot it.
It's not really Ambrosio's game, but they like the fact that he's going to take it at Moraes. And major problems here for Egypt.
Wael Bader seems to have a knock. He's hobbling. So he will be replaced by El Sabah, the number 4. El Sabah played early in the tournament and then drew an injury of his own. So Bader right down to the physio. He is limping.
Yeah, it was a difficult reintroduction for El Sagbar as well. 12 minutes, 0 points, 3 turnovers against Senegal. They're going to need him here.
Egypt with a 1-point lead. See, can they get some offense out of Osamarai? Very static from the Egyptians.
Look at how Moraes has taken up a position to help, though.
Mingus wants to post up against Ibrahim, doesn't get it. Ambrosio this time shoots the 3. So Morai got the better of Ambrosio in that one-on-one match. 1 each for those 2 players. Alley-oop pass. Morai has to go up and get it. He stepped out of bounds. So turnover for Egypt. Reggie Moore comes in. He's a player who's caught your eye. Lloyd, the number 11 for Angola.
I think Reggie Moore is a game changer whenever he comes on the floor. We know he had the huge game yesterday. He had those big threes on his way to 13 points in just 15 minutes. 3 of 5 from the three-point range. It gives another dimension to Angola. He can score inside, outside.
There's a good demonstration of how Carlos Moraes fades on the screen. And he gave a long look to the Egyptian bench. He drained the shot right in front of them.
Right, that's the movement you're talking about. The read of the screen. The man tried to go over the top. Moraes fades to the corner, gets the open look. Credit to the pass of Costa as well, right on the money.
All of these Angolan players play their domestic basketball in the Angolan League. So Morai needs a substitute. He's drawn blood. Egypt need to go down the bench and get another player. They do. It's Khalifa, the number 6. And Lloyd, he's come in and given good minutes off the bench for Egypt, the number 6.
Yes, he has. You know, you think back to the victory they had against Cape Verde, where he was huge, and also against Tunisia, double figures in both those games. He'll need another big game here.
El Sabah shot from the corner, no good, and that's going to be Reggie Moore with a push.
So this is an interesting lineup for Egypt now, because these are the bench guys that have had big performances for them in the upset wins. Players like the number 11, Abdallah. He's a guy that's come off, shot extremely well from the three-point line. Khalifa's come in the game, scored around the basket. So it'll be interesting to see, can they have the same spark against Angola?
Ibrahim, another wide open look for Ibrahim, and Ibrahim with another 3.
I think Angola have got this wrong. I gave them so much credit for the way they played against the Ivory Coast, but they're playing exactly the same way against Egypt. And Egypt have a completely different personnel.
Ibrahim with 6 points on 2 made 3s. Moraes to the basket. He can do it all offensively. He can take you on the dribble. He moves well without the ball, and there he exploits the space that Egypt gave him on the dribble drive.
Oh, he highlighted the fact he's being guarded by El Gamel rather than Shusha. And perhaps Shusha needs to come in and guard him, because at the moment Moraes is torching El Gamel. He's got 8 points of the 10 for Angola.
El Gamel coming over to the assistant coach now for Egypt, saying, hey, what am I going to do here?
Yeah. Well, you know, he's given him space. He's knocked down the 3. He got close to him. He's beat him to the basket. He's penetrated and kicked. He's done a bit of everything.
Now, this shows you the depth of Angola. We've mentioned this before. If you're new to AfroBasket, they bring in Joaquim Gomez to number 10. He's a 2-time MVP in AfroBasket. And Olympio Cipriano, who's a former All-Star 5. Such is the depth of talent that the Angolans have at their disposal.
Well, through the course of this tournament, actually this 5 on the floor for Angola now has probably been the best 5 players they've got. Milton Barish has almost always come in, giving them a spark, playing that pressure defense, shooting the 3. Barish will be a real terror for El Sagbahi here. And then also, as you said, Gomez and Cipriano just have undoubted quality.
Here's Gomez, top of the key. He won't shoot it from there. He likes to operate inside. Barros flashes back. Moraes wanted the ball there, not happy with Barros. Reggie Moore says, listen, Carlos, I got your back.
And watch, here comes Barros. This is where I think Egypt might struggle here. Getting into an offense against the tenacious defense of the number 14.
El Sabah.
Yep,
Travel, exactly right, and all because of the defensive pressure of Barros.
Yeah, this is This is the concern for Egypt. How can they play against this? Desperately trying to patch up Morai on the bench. Doing some plaster, trying to stop the bleeding.
Morai pops to the top of the key. Sharif Abdallah will struggle to guard him. Moore picks and pops. Extra pass to Cipriano. Good sharing the basketball.
Too
by Angola.
unselfish, they've got to get it up.
They do. Shot off the mark by Morai. Khalifa with the rebound. El Gamal gets Barrows off his feet. Kicks to the corner. Abdallah's runner. Got it! Sharif Abdallah, who had double digits in Egypt's semifinal win over Senegal, comes off the bench, and his first touch is a basket.
Well, he is a guy that's given them great scoring. He's become the third scorer often in the last game. If you look at his last 3 games, the knockout stages, 9, 18, and 15 in consecutive games. So it shows you how important he has been in that transition into them becoming a winning team.
Moore wants the ball in the low post. He'll get it against Ibrahim. Shovels a pass to Gomez. Rice now on the wing. Cipriano rises. No good. Good defense by Egypt. We've got less than a minute to play. Egypt lead by a point. Pass almost intercepted by Barrows. Abdallah strolls down the lane. Can't finish left-handed. Who touched it last? It is Egypt's ball. The referees are going to confer.
Going in different ways.
Good refereeing as they get it right. Get a look there.
Oh, it's a tough one. Even with the replay, I couldn't say whose ball that was. I think Morai got away with a foul, though, on the drive. Caught Abdallah on the back of the head.
So Angola with a chance to get themselves in front as we bring the first quarter to a close. Cipriano, so difficult to defend against. Gomez going to test his mettle with a 3. Great hustle as he gets his rebound, but loses his footing. Slides out of bounds. Egypt with a 1-point lead and 8 seconds left. Ibrahim is open here against the press. He'll give it to Al-Sabah. The kick out to Abdallah. Abdallah, his 3 won't go. Excellent execution by the Egyptians. Very, very good by this Egypt team. And Lloyd, they've stood and they've held their nerve against Angola. They have a 1-point lead at the end of the first quarter.
Well, I put my head on the line and they've made a fool of me. Fantastic first quarter from Egypt. They've done everything that would be asked of them. Statistics will tell a great story because they've done what they would need to do, and I think that Angola needs to have some words here in this this quarter break because Morai has 8 of the 12 for Angola. No one else really got going, and I think they need to change the way they're guarding that pick and roll as well.
Well, Egypt with just the 3 turnovers, that's right on track. We said that as a target, teams sometimes talk about 12 turnovers. And Lloyd, Egypt will need to play as well as they possibly can to win this.
That's absolutely right, Liam. They will. I don't think it's disrespectful to say Egypt don't have as much talent as Angola. They're the underdogs going in because, to be honest, they've had that for the last 2 or 3 games. But what they've done is a tremendous job of fighting, scrapping, having some big performances, guys hitting shots, and that's what they've done in this first quarter. We talked about the introduction of Abdallah. He's come in, he's scored. We've talked about Ibrahim getting his threes, getting his feet set. He's hit 2 threes. So the only guy really that's yet to get going for them is the guy that we thought they could rely on, Austin Morai, who's got 0 points and only 2 rebounds.
And often Austin Morai has had a double-double by halftime. He's hampered by the cut, and it's like they're still trying to patch it up. He's got a cut on his chin.
What it has meant, though, is Egypt's still in the game, and he hasn't picked up any fouls. So the more time they go staying in the game without him, the more time they'll have him for the second half for sure.
El Gamal gets the handoff by Khalifa, turns on Morais, rises from the free throw line, and rattles home a jump shot.
Positive start, El Gamel, 5 points for him. 2 of 3 for the floor, from the floor. So more importantly, the percentages are good as well.
Cipriano on the dribble. He loves to shoot off that one leg. Uses the board, but just wouldn't fall for him. And this is going to be against Milton Barros.
I think Angola are almost showing too much respect to Egypt. You know, coming off the screen, we see him being very passive, not very aggressive at all. That's not the Angolan team that we're used to seeing, and now they're going to come with this pressure.
Yeah, they really put Morocco to the sword, did Angola, and they took the Ivory Coast completely out of what they wanted to do offensively. Good dribble weave by the Egyptians. Shot clock now under 10. Khalifa, shot clock at 3. Khalifa from the baseline. Air ball. Moore with the rebound. Egypt do a nice job pressuring the outlet pass. Is Moore going to go coast to coast? He is! Reggie Moore, coast to coast.
I always said we need to show less respect to Egypt, be more aggressive off the dribble. Reggie Moore must have heard us. Just puts the head down, goes 1 against 3, and comes up with a basket.
And Lionel Paolo, number 9, comes in. He'll replace Moraes. Paolo, another splendid athlete.
Yeah, we've talked how he gives them just a completely different dynamic in that spot. The slash up, the high-flying athlete.
El Gamel shot in and out. Here's Moore again in the open court. He's going to fan out and find a guard.
He's going to raise the tempo of this game on his own, Reggie Moore. Says if the guards aren't going to push it, I will.
Gets a bounce pass, kicks it out to Paolo, and then gets it back as he reposts.
Paolo's got a cut. He doesn't have that three-point range.
Egypt defend doggedly. Moore pulls the trigger on a 3! Well, excellent defense by Egypt.
But Moore has that three-point range. That's for sure.
We want you to think about who your all-star 5 is as this game goes on. El Sabah with a medium-range jump shot, won't drop. And Khalifa keeps it alive and earns himself another possession for he and his teammate.
Good work from Khalifa. Keep it alive, as you said. Give him a chance of another possession. Switching defense from Angola made it difficult to get it in. Now they've got to contest with the mismatches.
Good bounce pass inside to Rami Ibrahim. Good vision by El Sabah, who has done well to handle the pressure of the Angolan guards.
He really has done a very good job. Poor defense that time from Paolo. Let his man slip inside him. Here you see that. Allowed Ibrahim to seal him on the inside. That's why the pass was able to come in and he had to foul.
So Osamarai comes back in. Chin is all patched up. Referee just asking Gomez to tuck his shirt in. There's a look at Osamarai. And that is the knee of Rami Ibrahim. So Egypt really struggling with their personnel. Good hustle by Haytham Khalifa for Egypt. Couldn't keep it alive.
The referee just pointed the wrong way.
There's a kick save by Khalifa.
Passion for Barros. Look at that. The referee said my fault, pointed the wrong way. You see intensity of this. Players know what this game could mean.
Moore just lost his footing. El Gamel picks up the loose ball, gives it to Morai. Morai back to El Gamel, probably too unselfish. And that's what Osamarai, Lloyd, has probably just lost his time. He's been on the bench for quite a few minutes.
Yeah.
Should have just taken it straight to the basket.
Yeah, he's also been playing with that chin a lot. You can tell it's bothering him. He's still playing with it now. And they're the little things that just get in your mind. If you've got something which is making you feel uncomfortable, it's very difficult to then play well. So see how he affects him.
Cipriano is past to Gomez, is behind him.
2 on the clock.
We've got a foul here, which will go against Angola.
The longer this game stays close, though, Angola already, that you can almost sense the tension that they have. They're so keen to win. They're so focused on this game. The offense isn't as unselfish. It's not as free-flowing as it usually is. Just 3 assists for them in this first period of the first half. That's very uncharacteristic.
Abdallah steps through the trap and then throws a treat of a pass to Khalifa. Khalifa lays it up and in. We're knotted up at 17 each with 6 and change to play here before the halftime. Gomez gets a long, clean look. Knocks that down.
Good fight from Baros.
El Sabah handles the pressure, draws a double team now. Reggie Moore really getting after Milton Baros. Those are 2 guys you don't want to run into in a dark alley, that's for sure. El Sabah spins out. Shot clock under 10. Here's Marai, extra pass to Abdallah. Abdallah, that's a 3 go. Around and out. And Khalifa with another rebound. He's stripped by Gomez. Reggie Moore. And inside out dribble. Well, Reggie Moore did his best point guard impersonation. Didn't look too bad.
Oh, very nice. Just that last little pass, the shovel pass. That's the one that gets deflected. You've got to go over or under. So it's got to be a lob or a bounce pass to find Gomez there. Cipriano hasn't had a clean look yet. He's got to force his own. Oh, what a tip.
Gomez tips it up and in. Angola with a 4-point lead now. And
Cipriano's got to turn up the pressure on El Gamel because Baros is denying the ball and Cipriano's hanging back on El Gamel. El Gamel will just bring it up the floor nice and easy.
Orion was open, going down the lane. Khalifa's shot in the hands of Lina Paulo. The Egyptians want a timeout. Cipriano snaps a pass to the baseline to Gomez. Gomez draws the foul on Orion. So Gomez goes to the line for 2 shots. Marai with his 1 foul. And both sets of players go to the benches. For the first time out of the first half, Angola with a 4-point lead, 21-17. But you wonder if they're starting to stamp their authority on this one.
Yeah, they're starting to get a bit of momentum. Starting to play better for me. I think they, the pressure. They're going to come back with that pressure. Baros is up there. He's denying. And he needs support. He can't do it on his own because Egypt are just having other guys bring the ball up the floor.
Lloyd, this is the road to redemption, if you like, for the Angolans. You know, I was fortunate to be at AfroBasket 2011, and that was an Angola side that were really shadows of themselves. Coming into AfroBasket 2011, Angola had won 6 titles in a row, and they had gone 35-plus games undefeated. And they lost a pool game to Senegal. In the mid-tournament, they fired their coach, Michel Gomez, the French coach. An assistant took his place. And they managed to get themselves to the finals, did Angola, then lost to Tunisia. So really, they're trying to put themselves atop African basketball once again.
Well, as you said, we've called them the power. They really are. Their record has been unmatched over the last 10 years. They really have been the team more than any other to have dominated this tournament. They've got a number of veteran players. A lot of guys have been here before. So they will be sure, I'm sure. I'll be hoping to get the victory. If you think Reggie Moore is one of just 2 players never to have played in AfroBasket before, shows you the depth of this team.
Abu Khadra in. Angola keep him on the sideline, does well to keep possession. Now Angola really ratcheting up the defense. El Gamal spins. El Gamal in the lane. And just in the death, in the last second of the shot clock, Barros with a foul. You can't believe it.
Not a clever foul by Barros there. Just 1 second, and now he's scrapping and fighting. He's got to restrain himself from committing that so deep in the shot clock.
His second, the team's fourth. The hustle play by Barros, which called for the foul. So 14 seconds on the shot clock for Egypt. What a great defensive stand by Reggie Moore.
That's what the pressure's able to do. Barros pressures, he gets beaten, but it's Abu Khadra on the drive is so concerned with beating Barros and the pressure that Barros is giving him. He isn't able to find his way around Reggie Moore as well, or find the open man on the pass.
Cipriano on the wing. Here's Moore, top of the key. Moore shot. His little runner won't drop. Well, the Angolan horns are blaring. Abdallah to Marai. Marai really hasn't got himself involved offensively. Stripped by Reggie Moore. And then fouls Cipriano. It's only the third team foul on Egypt, but for Marai, it's his second. And he's very frustrated now, isn't he, Lloyd Marai?
Yeah, I think that chin's bothering him as well. It's the second time they put a strapping on it and he's taken it off. I think that he doesn't like it being on his chin. It's clearly bothering him. He keeps rubbing his chin, he keeps going to it. And if that's in his mind, he's not focused on the game.
Barros, shot short. Gomez with the rebound, he can't finish, but he keeps it alive again. Cipriano lost the ball, here's Marai. Egypt can't break. Abdallah. Closed out quickly by Lino Paulo. Great backdoor cut by El Gamal, lays it up and in. Excellent movement as El Gamal slides past Cipriano. Egypt get a long-awaited basket. They trail by 4. Cipriano draws a double team, moves it to Moore. Gomez open on the baseline, doesn't get it. There's a foul on El Gamal, and really silly foul by El Gamal.
Yeah, El Gamal returns a favor on Barros. There's just 2 on the clock, fouls the man. He's trying to create a tough look. Costa and Moraes are going to come back in. They've spent a lot of time on the bench, those two. Shows you the strength of the Angolan team.
Moraes, when he cuts, he really cuts with purpose. Moves so quickly. Costa with a 3. Front rim, hustles after it, keeps it alive. Throws it up, what great hustle. Moore goes and gets it, gives it back to Costa. Moraes, what great team basketball by the Angolans. And again, they just have more desire right now than Egypt. Another loose ball ends up in an Angolan player's hands. Moraes lost the handle. Marai has it. We should say, Lloyd, this is a young Egypt team, average age of 24. And they're playing against pros from Angola, many of them in the primes of their careers. Abdallah trying to manufacture points. That's not his game. Abdallah is a spot up and shoot character. Speaking of spotting up and shooting, Reggie Moore. Again, another loose ball grabbed by Angola. Gomez left alone. What a bounce pass to Moore. And Moore lays it up and in. Beautiful pass by Gomez to Moore.
Yeah, beautiful bounce pass, that's the difference. Didn't try the shovel, went under the hands of the defense to find Reggie Moore.
Marai. And a foul against Angola. This will send Egypt to the free throw line. It's on Lino Paulo, and that is his third. So Angola bring back Ambrosio, Mingus, and Almeida. They can really grind you down, Lloyd, can't they, with the number of quality substitutes they can bring in.
Yeah, well, a minute to go, they're putting the starting five back in the game. They've all been sitting for quite a time.
This is Marai's Achilles heel. We've said it before, he struggles in the free throw line. Right now he doesn't have any points to his name.
And he's under 50% on the tournament from the line. It is the one weakness, or one major weakness that he has.
He's spending a lot of time indoors in Minnesota State this season working on his free throws. No sense going outside in the winter of Minnesota anyway. Go to the gym. But we're in Africa. This is the African Championships 2013. Mingus going out to Ibrahim. And Mingus just throws Ibrahim around like he was a rag doll.
The power move from Mingus. Great play, backing his man deep, just finishing over the top.
Marai to the basket. Well, awesome Marai puts his head down and goes to the rim and draws a foul.
How did he find that space to just elevate? Looked like he was going into the black hole. How does he get out? Just the pivot between two players. Fantastic footwork from Marai. That's, you know, he's so impressive. The way he's able to move his feet, go at speed, then change direction without traveling. Often big guys struggle with that, but not Marai.
Making a free throw. Now he's keeping Egypt in touch. Got less than 40 seconds here. Should Marai make this keep Egypt? He misses it. Trail by 6. Marai against El Gamal. Almeida to the basket. Loose ball again, desire by Angola. Mingus comes up with it.
Only 5 on the clock though, ball didn't hit the ring.
Marai rises for 3, no good. Who's got the loose ball? Marai comes up with it. We've got a foul here against Egypt.
It's going to be the third against Marai. No.
It's El Gamal who's drawn it. It's his second. But it's team fouls for Egypt, so Ambrosio goes to the line. And Lloyd, Angola really showing great hustle, chasing down loose balls.
Well, it hasn't been a classic Angola performance in this first half by any stretch of the imagination. Really have, you know, spluttered offensively, but what they've done, as you said, is the effort plays, the effort areas have been very good for them, especially on the offensive end anyway.
Ambrosio misses the first free throw. Makes 1 of 2. This timeout called by Egypt. That's a classic case, Lloyd, isn't it, where, you know, calling this timeout actually allows the Angolans to get themselves organized on defense. Sometimes you might be better just playing on the fly. And you've got 15 seconds, just a shade under. Should get yourself into something that you know well. We'll see if it works or backfires for the Egyptians.
Yeah, it's always a tough call. Do you go without the organization and hope that what you've been going to regularly works, or do you go to something different, something Angolans haven't seen? You know, you set them up by running a similar start positions. They think they know what you're going to go into, and then you have the counter because you know the way they'll guard it. It's going to be interesting, but at the end of the day, it's all about the players reading and reacting to what the defense does. If you haven't got great players that are being able to do that, then you'll always struggle to get shots.
Of course, Angola now have the opportunity to change their defense. As you see Coach Paulo Macedo.
I think the other thing also for Egypt is they haven't got Bader on the floor. You know, perhaps with him they let it go because he has that veteran leadership, the experience. we haven't seen him come back again since he limped out. He's played just at 5 minutes of the first half. 1 assist, 1 turnover in that 5 minutes, and Egypt need him. I'll go so far as to say I can't see them winning without him on the floor.
Well, we'll see check his movement when he goes into the change room. He'll walk right past us. Angola come out in man-to-man defense. El Gamel got to get it over the half-court line quick. El Gamel try and break down Almeida. El Gamel keeps the dribble, rises for 3. It won't drop, and you wonder why you need a timeout to do something like that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure the 4 low could have been expressed through shouting, but the most important thing is they didn't turn it over. Egypt, they got a good look at the basket and within touching distance still.
Yeah, they're within 7 points, and Egypt, if you were to present them that opportunity to say, look, at halftime, you will hold Angola to 28 points. You'll be within 7 points. You won't really be in any foul trouble to speak of. They take that.
Well, I said the way Angola have started almost every game of this tournament, I think before the game started, if you said to Egypt you'll be down 7 at the half, they'd be delighted, because it's been the first quarter which has been the key for Angola so often. So Egypt within touching distance. Look at the statistics, big things they have to change. Cut down the turnovers a little bit and the rebounding.
Yeah, they're losing the battle of the boards. The odd timely 3 would help them out. They're just 2 for 14 just now, Egypt. As you get a look, it's unusual not to see Osam Marai's name for Egypt. That's the other plus for them. Marai hasn't really played to his potential yet. He just has the 2 points to his name, 2 free throws.
Yeah, absolutely. He's yet to hit a field goal, and more importantly as well, he has 0 offensive rebounds.
Well, come back and join us in a couple of minutes for the second half between Angola and Egypt. This is the gold medal game.
Troisième carton. Le siège final entre l'Égypte et l'Angola. Angola 28, Égypte 21, troisième carton à jouer.
Renovados os votos de muito boa noite, telespectadores da televisão pública de Angola. Regressamos a partir do Palácio dos Desportos em Taxaville, Abidjan, Costa do Marfim, para os últimos 2 quartos.
Welcome back to the Palace of Sport, La Palace Bowl, here in Abidjan. It's halftime in the game between Angola and Egypt, this is for all the marbles. It's for the gold medal. These African Championships. Angola with a 7-point lead. They will have the first possession. If you're just joining us, welcome. It's Angola in the white and Egypt in the red. Angola come out with Almeida, Costa, Mingus, Ambrosio, and Moraes. Egypt respond with Ibrahim, Marai, El Sabah, El Gamal, number 10, Mohamed Alian. No sign of Wael Bader, who remains on the bench for Egypt. He was injured in the first quarter of play. So we've got 2 quarters to sort out who will be the champions of Africa here in the 27th edition of AfroBasket.
Na primeira situação ofensiva desta terceiro quarto. Carlos Almeida.
Rice off a stagger screen. Good movement here by Angola. Ambrosio wants the ball in the low post. Gonna back down Marai. Ibrahim comes over from the help side and blocks it. Excellent defensive stance by the Egyptians.
Yeah, great help. Ibrahim. I was going to say, Marai's got to be careful. It's a good idea again for Angola to go to the inside. Perhaps they're going to go there a little earlier. As Marai has those 2, they can get him to 3 or possibly even 4. It'll be a great tactic for them.
Good backdoor cut by El Gamal, and what a wraparound pass. El Gamal somehow knew Marai was going to the basket. Drops him a beautiful pass. Marai fouled on the way.
That was a fantastic pass. Look at this. El Gamal didn't even look, just knew that his young center would be cutting to the basket. And now Marai's got to make these 2 of 4. Let's get 3 of 5.
Marai makes both of them, never in doubt. First points of the second half go to the Pharaohs of Egypt. Almeida kicks to Mingus. Mingus! Whoa, Mingus goes to the basket with authority, but misses the dunk. And he feels he was fouled by Marai.
Strong move. Angola to the inside twice in a row. Not to come out with anything, though.
Ibrahim pitches the pass slightly behind him. Mohamed Alian. Angola, once they get you on the side, they want to keep you on the sideline, trying to prevent you from reversing the ball. Excellent defense by Angola. Wow, they really share the ball well to Angola. Great hustle play by Almeida. They're looking at 3, pull the trigger. Never got over the front of the rim. El Gamal wants it. Marai turning face against Ambrosio. Marai drops a pass to Mohamed Alian. Great cut off the low post.
Angola defense standing and watching. Very unusual for them to be called out of position like that. We didn't double. They're all kind of heads turned towards the ball. And Mohamed Alian punished them for it with a beautiful cut.
Alian's first free throw rims out.
We talk about the strength and depth of this Angola team, how deep they are, how they can beat you in so many ways. Only 5 players scored in the first half. They were carried by the 9 of Reggie Moore and the 8 of Moraes. So it's going to be interesting to see how Angola play in this second half.
This is against El Gamal with the hold. That is his 3rd. He looks out of the corner of his eye at the coach to see if coach is going to leave him in.
I haven't seen that many fouls, especially on the Egyptian team. Done a good job of staying out of foul trouble.
And we've got an offensive foul, this one against Ambrosio. So both teams trade fouls. Third foul for Ambrosio, and El Gamel's going to come out and be replaced by Abdallah. El Gamel gives him another ball handler who's confident with the ball in his hands. Abdallah much less so. Without Bader, Egypt now struggling, and there you go. You almost have to play with El Gamel now, Lloyd. Costa lays it up and in, and Ryan is 3 fouls.
It's the first time we've really seen Reggie Moore go after that trap, though. Kind of was there in the first half, but didn't really go aggressively at it. And then an offensive foul. It's a soft one. You can see the problems already. They're going to have to go to another option in Abu Khadra. And I think if I'm Angola, I really turn the pressure out. Go after Abu Khadra as well. See how he responds.
Wael Bader still on the bench, carrying an injury. There are no tomorrows in this one. This is for all the marbles. Morais just goes through the lane, but misses the layup inside. Mingus takes out the trash.
See if Moore goes to get him this time. There he goes. Really is still. Costa's very good at reading that passing lane. Trap again.
Ibrahim with a deep 3. No good. Loose ball. Morais drops it inside to Allian. And Allian's layup just rolls out. A wooden drop. Great pass by Austin Morais. 9 points in it. I don't think Egypt can really get themselves in a hole and go down double digits, Lloyd. I think Coach Abuelker needs to get another guard in here when he can.
Yeah, the Angolan crowd is starting to get louder here. They know what an important time this is. Morais can't let him get that deep. Morais trying not to foul, but if you let the man get that deep, you know, players like Angola's have on the front line are going to score.
Yeah, they need a timeout. Egypt need a timeout. They need to get El Gamel back in the game. Morais flushes. And hindsight is an easy thing, Lloyd. You know, but you knew when El Gamel came out and Egypt didn't have an accomplished ball carrier that it would be very, very difficult for them. And all credit to Angola. They saw the blood in the water and they turned the screw.
Yeah, they did. I'm surprised Angola didn't do it to ramp it up in the first half. It's really only been now at the start of this third quarter that they've done it. I know El Gamel's a good ball handler, but I still would have thought that's what Angola would have started the game with. So now, how do Egypt regroup? What can they do to get themselves back into this game?
Well, El Gamel has just signaled to coach, the coaching staff, he wants to get back in. But he doesn't look like, he's certainly not on the bench in front of coach. Of course, Coach Amir Abuelker, the coach of Egypt, done an excellent job in getting his team this far. Shouldn't really second guess his decisions, but if there are no tomorrows, it's do or die. We'll see how Egypt cope with this trapping defense of Angola.
Egypt have to use the bigs. They have to use Morais and Ibrahim to come and relieve the pressure. What that's going to mean is they're going to lose any transition play, but they won't turn it over. And I think Egypt are fine in the half court with a slow down game as long as they don't turn the ball over. So here you go. Ibrahim could just bring it over nice and easy, and then he can give it up for them to get into their offense.
Morais wants the ball on the baseline. He's going to face Moore. Back 4 down. Kick it out. 3 posts. Abu Khadra rises for the 3. Can't get it. Great hustle by Yusuf Shosa, but he couldn't keep it in bounds.
I'm sure that's the shot they need when they do get into the half court from Abu Khadra.
Good defense by Abu Khadra on Costa. Then he commits a silly foul. Got exactly 6 minutes to play. 13 points the difference. It's the third team foul against Egypt. Almeida history. Off the mark. The ball's out of bounds.
You usually see Almeida take shots like that where he isn't in rhythm, where he doesn't have a clean look. That's the pressure that Angola have on themselves more than anything because they're not playing well.
Reggie Moore's man is the guy who's open, Lloyd, and he really needs to find space in the middle of the floor if he can.
Yeah, you see, Ibrahim got a shouting from the sideline for not coming back to the middle.
Abu Khadra. Another shot which just won't drop for Egypt. Almeida inside the Mingus in the low post. And the foul is going to go against Eduardo Mingus. I thought for a second that Rami Ibrahim might be warned. The offensive foul against Mingus. I don't really see that, to be honest. Nice bounce pass, but it's intercepted by Almeida. Rice just lost the handle. This ball is very slippery. We often see players lose the handle. Wael Bader on his feet for Egypt. Looks like he's moving okay. On the sideline. Sosa runs into Mingus, and that is a charge.
What did I say? You know, Egypt can get the ball to the middle, and they can use Ibrahim to get it over the halfway line. They just will lose transition. Well, they haven't because they're taking poor options now. They're getting it to the middle. They're trying to be really aggressive. They don't have the personnel to be able to do that. All they need to do is get the ball over the halfway line, then get into a half-court offense. Not turning it over is the most important thing right now.
Costa gets Angola into their set. Morai does a better job there, Lloyd, of holding his ground against Mingus. Egypt need a good look. Good fake by Morai. Gets inside the paint. His left-handed jump hook.
It's the first time in this half we've seen him with the ball around the basket, really, apart from the chance he had from the El Gamel pass. So that's the problem with turning it over. Egypt just don't get touches for Morai.
Cipriano checks in and Almeida checks out for Angola. Still, El Gamel and Wael Bader remain on the bench for the Egyptians. Another mental mistake by the Egyptians. Travel. And the inbound play. This one by Mohamed Alian, and El Gamel is going to come in now for the Egyptians. And this is the card I think Egypt have to play.
Yeah, the fouls are irrelevant at this stage of the game because if they don't put El Gamel back, by the time he does come back, the game's over.
Costa with a mismatch. He'll kick it out to Morai. Morai rises for three, and he got it! And he blows kisses to the Angolan fans behind the Angolan bench. Egypt at 6s and 7s trying to beat this press. El Gamel. Here's Ibrahim, top of the key. And great defense by Angola. Wael Bader getting some instructions from the assistant coach in Egypt. I still wonder if he's going to play any more part in this one. But again, you can't leave it much longer if you're Egypt.
I think he'd have come back if he was going to by now.
Reggie Moore pass over the top, broken up by Egypt. Cipriano, his pass deflected. Last touch by Egypt.
Just 6 on the clock for Angola, though, to recognise that. So you see Morai celebrating with the fans. Here he goes again.
Mingus skies for the offensive rebound. He can't claim it. Oh, that came right at us. Oh, my goodness. The kick by Cipriano came, and Lloyd Gardner kept his hands up. It's hit the statistics screen in front of us. Oh, for a second, I thought we were going to get it right in the nose.
So did I. Wow.
You didn't spill a drop of water, it might be added though. Speaking of spilling it, Ibrahim spills the ball. Moraes to the gears, Moraes to the basket. Carlos Moraes really starting to exert his influence on this game. It's on El Gamel, it's his fourth. He needs to be smarter. Now he's got to be really smart.
Yes, it's not a play to be reaching in and getting a steal like that. It's just not needed from El Gamel. 3 minutes to go till the quarter break. Just needed to see that time through with just 3 fouls. Yeah, it's going to be difficult. He's going to be, a matador on defense, just standing still, really. A statue that can be attacked, especially, who's he going to match up with? Costa, Cipriano, and Mariah Shaw, very good offensive players.
Egypt with just a 2 points so far this quarter.
Maybe time for some zone from Egypt, just to change it up.
Same thing, exactly right. It's a matter of choosing your poison because Angola can shoot the ball so well, but you don't have a lot of options. If you're Egypt. Moraes, hang on to your hand. Carlos Moraes with the flush. And Angola edge themselves closer to a gold medal in these African Championships. Abdallah's runner won't go. Abdallah's rebound is getting rejected by Mingus. Abdallah again, the third time of asking. Abdallah drains a 3.
Huge shot for Egypt just to keep them within touching distance, just to get them a score. Really were struggling to do anything in this quarter. There we see 14-2 run from Angola.
Mingus is fouled by Haitham Khalifa, who's checked in for Egypt. Checking back into the game is Adel Sabah, as you see. Carlos Moraes' dunk. Khalifa's first foul. Although, of course, both of these teams are going to the World Championships, the World Cup as it's now called, in 2014 in Spain. And Egypt will be their first visit since 1994.
It's been a fantastic tournament for them. To make the final, a great achievement, something they'll be proud of. Win or lose in this game here. It's been an ecstatic performance, especially with the strife, the turmoil that's currently happening in Egypt.
El Sabah to the basket, he attacks Moraes. Another ball that just won't drop for Egypt. That is the third shot that just hung on the rim and wouldn't find the bottom. Angola were in the last World Cup in 2014 in Turkey. Abdallah, another 3, got it! Sharif Abdallah trying to keep Egypt in the game. Trail by 16. Moore with a 3 of his own. No good. Look at how Cipriano gets up to get the offensive rebound. Cipriano calls the play. He's got deep range on his 3. He can put it on the floor. Just lost it there. El Sabah. Can he beat Reggie Moore? El Gamel. Another shot that won't drop for Egypt.
Great tip from Mingus. It was bouncing on the ring. He just tips it away, and Angola come up with a possession.
Egypt have been unlucky now 3 or 4 times. The basketball's rolled out. Cipriano, his 3's on the way. No good. Moraes with the rebound. Moraes powers it up. Carlos Moraes showing an array of skills for Angola. He has 18.
Take a breather now. Paulo comes into the game. That's the tip. Just bouncing on the ring. No recognition from Mingus to not give it the opportunity to fall.
Abdallah, another three on the way. Rebound gathered by Cipriano. He'll leave it for his teammate Costa. Angola have led by 18 before. Should they score here, they will establish their largest lead. Costa wants a screen from Mingus. Alley-oop to Cipriano. Mingus picks up the loose ball. Pass ahead to El Gamal. He goes at Moore. El Gamal just couldn't finish, and that sums up a difficult quarter for Egypt.
Yes, it does, and the tenacious play of Reggie Moore to chase it down. Great speed from him just to get in the sight line of El Gamal, really. Let him know that he's there.
Cipriano's shot will be after the whistle goes. I'm just saying it's a really slippery ball. He's having a word with the referee. And you got a feel for Egypt because they ran into a buzzsaw in that third quarter. They trailed by 18.
Oh, 18-7 through that 10 minutes there. Angola started to turn the screw, and I don't think it's been a classic Angolan performance yet, but they've held Egypt to 28 points through 3 periods now. It shows you the way that they really do play defense.
As you look at the numbers, look at the turnovers for Egypt, 18 turnovers. And they're getting their hats handed to them on the glass. Egypt with a -12 differential. Look at the 14 offensive rebounds for Angola.
Well, it was -7 at the half, so it shows you that that period alone, 5 more rebounds for Angola. And that's what happens when you get more rebounds, you get more shots for people like him. Carlos Moraes, 18 points. He's shown pretty much everything today, hasn't he? We've seen the dunk in transition. There it is. We've seen him playing defense and getting the steal. We've seen him hitting the 3. We've seen him taking it to the basket. So Moraes has shown pretty much everything on the way to a very impressive 18 points.
You and I spoke at lunch today, Lloyd, about a potential all-star 5. You've got a 5 picked out in your mind, or you did at lunchtime. Still staying with that same 5? You haven't changed your mind at all?
I'm pretty close. You know, there's still a long time to go in this game. Don't want to write anybody off yet. You know, I think Egypt, of course, have got to get going. But, you know, 10 minutes, anything can happen in basketball in 10 minutes. As we look at Awesome Wright, he's struggled today. You know, I think that chin affected him in the first half, especially. He just hasn't got into the game properly.
Well, he needs to bring his A game now because his team needs him. And Bader remains rooted to the bench with his shooting shirt on, while Bader. So Egypt come out with Ibrahim El Gamal with his 4 fouls. Mohamed El Sabah, Awesome Morai, Haytham Khalifa, and Sharif Abdallah. Angola have Lionel Paulo, Reggie Moore, Eduardo Mingus, Armando Costa, and Olimpio Cipriano. Just have a technical glitch here we're going to iron out. Thankfully, Lloyd, the bronze medal game and the gold medal today game so far have gone very, very smoothly indeed.
Yeah, absolutely. Been a good day. So we're going to have a good 4th quarter to finish this tournament off.
El Gamal goes to the basket. Good move by him. Foul will go against Angola, so El Gamal goes to the free throw line. El Gamal really struggled, as you said at the outset, in pool play. But once we got to the knockout phases, he played much better.
O empresariado nacional está também com a seleção. Santos Bicuco diz que oferece criaturas aos jogadores de Angola em caso de triunfo.
Angola, as yet, are undefeated in the tournament. They are 6-0. Egypt are 3-3. A major scalp to their name. They beat Tunisia, the defending champions, and sent the Tunisians packing.
Angola está no ataque.
El doggedly defends
Atenção aqui
Costa.
no movimento de Olímpio Cipriano. Atenção ao tempo. Olha o
Costa
tempo. Passe
into
para
Mingus.
Ela tem que jogar com o tempo.
Reggie Moore. Reggie Moore. Call for travel. Says how to the referee.
Voltamos a ver. Lá
You be the
está.
judge. Sharif Abdallah is politicking for something as you look at Reggie Moore's
A dizer que não sabe
puzzled
porque é que o árbitro assinalou esta
visage.
infração.
Abdallah into Marai. Marai against Mingus.
Ofensiva de Angola.
Great defense by Mingus. Mingus is really unlucky here because he did everything, completely bottled up Marai. Marai draws the foul, gets himself a trip to the line. Lloyd, Marai has been in the World Championships before.
Yeah, he's been in the Under-19 World Championships. Averaged a double-double there. He's averaging a double-double in this one as well. So 18 points, 12 rebounds. In the Under-19 Worlds for him a couple of years back. So far this year, he's averaging 16 points going into this one. So you can see the numbers very similar.
He's a candidate potentially for the Lloyd Gardner All-Star 5 team.
Yes, of course. I think anybody that's averaged a double-double is up there. He's in the top 10 for scoring and rebounding in the tournament. And I think without him, Egypt are nowhere near this final.
Having a tough evening. He's going against quality opposition here. And a great athlete in Eduardo Mingus. El Gamel. It's a give and go with Marai. Marai steps back. No good. El Gamel with the rebound. Lost the ball. Rolls out of bounds. And that's not Marai's game. Those medium range jump shots. Something that he's going to have to add to his game in the next coming season.
That's absolutely right. That's what he's got to add. He's got that great footwork, very good around the basket, but he's got to expand the repertoire. So if teams are trying to crowd him out, he can just go to that little mid-range shot, like you say.
Cipriano with the over-the-head pass. Armando Costa's three, no good. Marai. Headmans it to El Gamel. You know, Mingus doing such a good job. He makes Marai catch it a long way from the low post. Marai catching the three-point line. Now he's going to go to work against Mingus. Jump hook, no good. Khalifa with the rebound. He gets stripped. Marai's jump hook short. And Sharif Abdallah lays it up and in. So all credit to Egypt, who just are playing hard, trying to hang in this and claw their way back in it.
Absolutely. Who else did you expect? Abdallah to get an offensive rebound and one put back in there with the other trees. No, great play. He is done a tremendous job, Abdallah. He's helped out handling the ball against the pressure. He hasn't turned it over. He's hit a three. Tremendous work from him as Moraes comes back.
Moraes with 18 so far, another potential member, the All-Star 5. Abdallah converts the and one. Egypt extends some pressure of their own up the floor. Handled easily by Angola.
Angola have other players that can handle the ball very well indeed. So if you try to press them, they can use any of four guys really to break it, and then not just break the pressure, but go on and score and get easy shots as well. Whereas for Egypt, really, they've got one or two guys that are able to break it and go on and score. Maybe one other that can handle and not turn it over.
Moore stripped by Khalifa. He'll give it to Cipriano. Cipriano, clean look. Cipriano's been quiet tonight offensively. El Gamel tries to intercept, but Moore uses his length. Now he shows up a runner. Tick by Mingus, up and in.
Cipriano hasn't shot the ball well at all. He was shooting close to. He was shooting dead on 45% from three before this one. He's 0-4 tonight, so it hasn't been a great evening for him.
El Gamel's three is off. You can tell as soon as he released it from where we're sitting, it was off. Mingus steps out of bounds.
Queimou a linha. É, diz que o jogador angolano já havia queimado a linha final.
Até o momento, o Carlos Moraes é o melhor cestinha do encontro com 8 pontos da conta.
Egypt with a new shot clock.
Ali a pressão defensiva.
Morai has to catch the ball all the way out on the three-point line.
E o movimento.
Little turnaround hook. No good, but he tips it out of Reggie Moore's hands. Abdallah pulls the trigger on another three, front rim. Morai with a rebound. Morai to the basket. Up and in. Morai with just 7 points so far.
First field goal for Osam Morai on that basket there. Shows you how he's been taken out of his game.
We'll take a break from La Pella des Sports. Come back and join us for the final few minutes of the championship game. Well, Lloyd, just put a little seed in your mind and the mind of the viewers. Egypt has got themselves within 13 points with 6 minutes and 37 seconds left to play.
Oh, there's time. That's for sure, and that's why it's Angola that have called this timeout, because they know that. You know, they haven't thrown the bench in there. They've put Moraes back. They've got Costa on the floor. They've got a lot of the starting guys. They know there's still a chance for Egypt to get back into this game. And so for Angola, they need a good 3-4 minutes here. They look after the ball where they get good shots. I still think they haven't shared the ball as well as they usually do. They only have 8 assists. You know, they're a team that usually does a great job of distributing, getting it into hands of each other.
El Gamal checks out for the Egyptians. Struggle without him on the floor. Would have thought he's just getting a quick break, trying to preserve fouls. Egypt increase the intensity of their defense. Cipriano decides not to pull the trigger on a three. Costa probes on the drive. He'll drop it to Mingus. Mingus kicks to Moore. Moore shot, no good. Mingus doing the dirty work. Eduardo Mingus with the offensive rebound. And Angola will whittle down a few more seconds here of the clock. They're nursing a 13-point lead.
Aposta na penetração. Atenção ao tempo, Carlos.
Angola so patient.
Olha o tempo, arrisca o lançamento.
Wow! Carlos Moraes with a deep three.
Huge three from Moraes. Shot clock winding down, just a little hesitation. Get the defender on his heels, he rises up. Nothing but the bottom of the net there.
Agora sim a fazer 21 pontos na conta pessoal. Carlos Edilson Alcântara Moraes.
Abdallah. El Sabah's deep three. Back rim. Armando Costa beats Moraes to the ball. So 16 points the difference. We're approaching the midway mark of this, the final quarter of the African Championships. Mingus kicks it to Moraes. Moraes through the lane, no good. Mingus might deserve a man of the match mention for you, Lloyd, with the work he's putting in.
He's done a great job on the boards, the dirty work. Substitution, Ibrahim's going to come in for this final 5. He replaces Khalifa. Khalifa's done good work, 6.7 rebounds. Ibrahim really hasn't, after those 2 early threes, we haven't really seen him put any influence on this game. Egypt unable to go to him.
Angola really being very businesslike now at how they manage the clock. Behind the back pass by Costa, but Mingus couldn't finish it off. Moraes with the rebound. Cipriano commits a foul. The 4-team foul on Angola.
É a segunda falta, Nelson. É a segunda falta do Olímpio.
Smart foul from Cipriano. Stop the transition. No easy points for Egypt. They are struggling with just a 35. Don't want to get going at all. Don't get that momentum.
Egypt should be a little bit more purposeful in what they do here. Time is against them.
They've got no El Gamel on the floor. No, but they're hanging back in the half court. Wonder if they're going to extend at all. With 4 minutes remaining, they've got to try and get up the floor, speed the game up, get Angola out of control, but they're going to pick up a cheap turnover here because Cipriano just walked the ball over the halfway line and then he didn't get to the 8-second count in time.
Here's El Gamel back in the game now for Egypt. Morai on the baseline. Yusuf Shosa going to try his hand to the three. That's an air ball. And Golden Horns really starting to increase the volume here. We're just a few minutes away from an Angolan celebration as they reassert their dominance in African basketball. Madagascar in 2011, they took home silver, very close to securing another gold. Cipriano shot up the mark. It will be the 7th gold medal for Carlos Alameda. Costa wants to try and break down Oscar Morai. Ibrahim deflects the ball out of bounds. Nathan Khalifa comes in for Austin Morai. It's a round of applause from his coaching staff. Morai with 7 today, so Angola have done a good job in neutralizing his influence.
Yes, they have. Fantastic effort from Angola. Also contained him on the glass as well. Just 2 offensive rebounds for Morai.
Dalla commits the foul. Egypt is their 4th team foul. Angola won't shoot just yet.
Angola masters it, just taking the life out of the game really. Just milking the clock here, running long offenses every time, drawing fouls and running even more.
Cipriano to Mingus. Mingus is fouled. Lloyd, you're going to have to give some thought to who you think the man of the match is. Eduardo Mingus has 10, Carlos Morais 21 for the Angolans. For Egypt, Sharif Abdallah with 10, El Gamel with 8, Morais 7. And then you're also giving some thought to who your All-Star 5 is, to see how many of those you agree with the official selectors on. Unfortunately, you and I, we don't get a say in the All-Star 5. Nobody asks us.
Maybe they're just waiting for me to say mine on air, and that's what they're going to take.
Could very well be. Could very well be. So here's El Gamel for Egypt. Horn set for the Egyptians.
Got to go quickly. Got to try and get quick scores.
Abdallah throws up his 3 over Moore, front rim. He is fouled by Armando Costa. This will send Sharif Abdallah to the free throw line. Checking in the game now, perhaps the future of Egypt's basketball. It's Anas Osama, number 8. What an experience it'll be for him. And look at the Angola fans. Jubilant now. 2 minutes and 30 seconds away from winning the continent of Africa's most prestigious medal.
Well, they've got the signs that say Angola champions 2013, so they were confident coming in.
Very confident.
They've already broken them out with 2.5 minutes here.
Let's commend Egypt. What a wonderful tournament it's been for them, especially in this time of political turmoil back in their home country. Anybody who's watching us in Egypt, you can be very, very proud of your players who've represented your country very, very well. Egypt, a terrific semifinals win against Senegal yesterday. Still remember the celebrations of the Egyptians. They knew that they had guaranteed themselves a place in the World Cup 2014. Rice with the rebound. Egypt shows some press down the floor. Costa wants to work some clock. Armando Costa, point guard for Angola. Almeida, can he find a three for himself? No. Last couple of minutes of the game. El Gamel, pass to Abdallah. Abdallah skips along the baseline, back to El Gamel. El Gamel throws a three. It won't fall. Armando Costa, a pass to Moore. Another pass to Moraes. And Osama. Well, he'll be telling his friends about how he blocked Carlos Moraes' shot when he goes back to school. Angola now just trying to see it all. The shouts to our left from the Angolan fans really start to resound. Untitled Sport, which has been our home for the last 2 weeks. Costa gets away with a double dribble. Knocked out of bounds, a 24-second shot clock violation. Well, let me take this moment to say, Lloyd, this has been our 40th game of basketball. Unbelievable here in the Ivory Coast. We've got a timeout. Egypt is taking a timeout, but I think they're going to cancel it.
I don't think they wanted a timeout. I think they wanted a sub.
Okay.
I think Egypt have accepted defeat in this game. Happy that they have made the final. They wanted the timeout to make a sub. They got the sub instead, so they don't need a timeout now. Down 18 points with a minute and a half to go. They just wanted to get all 12 guys into the game. And they'll see this one out.
There's Baraka, number 13 in the game for Egypt. Milton Barros is in for Angola. El Gamel sends a three on the way, no good. Abdallah with the rebound. Somehow conjures it in over Reggie Moore.
Abdallah, the offensive rebound machine, but three offensive rebounds. Two of them he's turned into points.
Angola moving the basketball. Trying to see off these last few seconds here. We're under a minute to play. Barros to the basket. Reggie Moore with the follow-up. Angola trying to get a timeout here as they want to get Valdocillo in the game. And as Osama shoots a three. Loose ball. El Gamel comes up with it. They'll kick it to Sharif Abdallah. Abdallah's shot's good. Sharif Abdallah really filling it up. Angola want a timeout. As Santos and Valdocillo get ready to come in. Well, Lloyd, I think this is our 40th game of basketball in these African Championships. I want to take a moment to say how much a privilege it's been to work with you. You've added some tremendous analysis, brought great value to the game. It's my second African Championships and your first.
Yeah, thank you very much, Liam. It's been a great experience for me. See the Angolan players in party mood. They called a timeout to make the substitution. And I wonder if it'll be Carlos Almeida going out of the game for the final ever time.
Let's take this moment to give a shout out to the camera crew and the sound guys from Media Luso who've given us all the sights and sounds of the game. What a great job they have done, sometimes putting their bodies in a line. Sometimes they take charges or end up in heaps under players, under the basket, so a big shout out to them. And of course the Swiss timing guys who've given us all the up-to-date statistics, made this tournament what it is. And then finally, and most importantly, to the Basketball Federation of the Ivory Coast, who've been wonderful hosts, the people of Abidjan, who've been gracious hosts here in this tournament. They're supposed to have hosted in 2011. The tournament moved to Madagascar because of the political strife, and now what a wonderful job the Ivorians have done here in 2013. There's Santos on the floor for Angola. Shouts of ole, ole, ole start to resound through the arena. Angola know they're going to Spain in next summer. Barros, his shot won't drop. Valdez-Lucio, he's going to try and get his name on the scorebook, and he does. Just a few seconds left now as we bring the 27th African Championships to a close. So the new champions of Africa, Angola, their 11th gold medal, their 11th African Championships. Let's commend them on a terrific performance.
What a terrific tournament. I think that they'll be slightly disappointed with the way they played today, but a fantastic victory. 17 points in the final. The margin, and they rightly deserved it, and they've rightfully deserved this tournament victory.
Lloyd, you and I, just another shout out to the referees who worked the tournament. We think, I think I can speak for you saying that the semifinals, the finals, the bronze medal game really have been a terrific job by the crew of referees.
Yeah, tremendous job from the officials, and congratulations to all the teams who have taken part.
So the final score, 57-40, they'll go in the record books. In this edition of the biannual championships of Africa, we'll take a look at some statistics to wrap it up. As the tournament organizers bring the trophies and the medals onto the floor. There's Carlos Almeida. No doubt these will be his last African championships. He's showing some emotion there and what it means to him. He has 6 gold medals, and this will be his 7th.
Well, is it the last ever time on the court for Carlos Almeida? We heard rumors he may be retiring after this. So what a way to go out for him. Yet another AfroBasket victory.
Milton Barros gets on with the customary cutting on down of the nets. Lucio gives him a hand up. Look at how delighted Reggie Moore is. It's his first gold medal in the African Championships. First ever American to represent Angola. And I love to see those scenes, Lloyd. Grown men, what it means to them. Almeida, his eyes are teary. The Egyptian eyes are teary for another reason, but they've got no reason to be disappointed. They've had a wonderful tournament, the Egyptians.
Wow, coming in, I think if you said to the Egyptians that they would take one of the 3 spots to the World Cup, they would be absolutely delighted with that. So obviously they would be disappointed. They haven't been able to go one step further and secure yet again another AfroBasket championship, but credit to them for being one of those 3 qualifiers.
Here's a look at the final statistics. Angola really too much. The Egyptians on the board, 55-39.
Rebounding and turnovers the key. 21 turnovers for Egypt, and a huge differential, plus 16 on the boards.
Lloyd, who was your man in the match of this one here, the gold medal game between Egypt and Angola?
I think it's got to go to Carlos Morais. You see there, top scorer, 21 points, easily the high scorer. He also did a pretty good job looking after the ball today. He had added in 8 rebounds, as we see there, and he shot a good percentage as well, over 40% from the field.
That may be an omen of things to come, a portent of things to come. Morais, a candidate for the tournament's MVP. We'll wait and see who the All-Star 5 are. We'll take a look here and let you enjoy the highlights of this gold medal game.
Fica de facto esta mensagem de união dos angolanos, de grande sentido patriótico pela vitória da seleção nacional nesta AfroBasket 2013. Conseguimos passar por todas as adversidades com um início muito tímido. Acho que depois, jogo a jogo, Angola começou a mostrar o seu real valor. E hoje aqui a terminar em grande na final do Campeonato Africano das Nações. Está a ser montado o cenário para a cerimónia de entrega de medalhas e também da taça.
Milton Barros is everywhere. He's cut down the nets. He's just come over to the scorer's table. He wants a copy of the score sheet. And here's the road to Spain, Lloyd. So we know from the Africa's region, it's Angola, Egypt, and Senegal. We go from here to AfroBasket. We'll figure out who the answers to those questions are. Just finished the Asian Basketball Championship earlier this summer, and right now the Americas going on.
Yeah, America's had their first day yesterday, so we'll get their qualifiers very shortly. And we will know by the end of this summer, by the end of September really, who will be the teams that will have secured the majority of the places to Madrid. Excuse me, Spain, not Madrid.
Exactly right, yep. You can see all of the games on live basketball TV. Many of you may have been joining us from. So stay with us as we bring you the presentations of the awards. You can see the podium is out as the teams are ready to receive their medals. The Senegalese, Egyptians, and Angolans are on the floor. There's Gomez, Joaquim Gomez, coming to the end of his own career. He's a two-time MVP winner. A lap of victory for the Angolans. We'll bring you AfroBasket in 2 more years. Still waiting to see where that will be. This tournament started back in 1962. Angola with the most titles now, 11. 2007, the tournament expanded to its present format of 16 teams. It used to be a 12-team tournament. And great to see a few new teams, Lloyd. Burkina Faso, their first ever attendance at the African Championships.
Oh, it's been a great tournament from top to bottom. We've seen it all. Had overtime games, buzzer beaters, close finishes, upsets, everything you could ask for, really. It's been contained in this AfroBasket. It's been a fantastic tournament. And rightful winners, in my opinion, in Angola.
Of course, the first buzzer beater we saw was between Senegal and Egypt. Both of the teams from Pool A, they're both here. It was Ibrahima Mbenge who made a two-point shot at the end. Senegal won it 72-70. First couple of seconds was way back here in day 2 of the tournament. And who would have thought that both of those teams, day 1 of the tournament, beg your pardon, that long ago, who would have thought that both of those teams would find themselves here on the podium?
Little did we know all that time ago. We said at the time Group A was going to be a difficult group of death. It was going to be tough for anyone to get out of it, but I don't think even we picked the fact that Egypt, who were going to finish in last place, would make it all the way through to the final.
0-3 through the groups. And they won 3 in a row to get themselves here. Such a part of tournament play. You've got to win games at the right time. Carlos Moraes, Barros. It doesn't surprise me that Barros ends up with the net around his neck. He was always on the floor after loose balls.
A cerimônia então da entrega das medalhas e do troféu. Nelson do Rosário, nosso repórter, está mais próximo dos acontecimentos.
Get down to the business of awarding trophies.
Responsáveis da FIBA Mundo. da FIBA África, do governo ivoiriense, estão aqui para participarem nesta cerimónia.
Exatamente, Luís Caetano, podemos sentir o ambiente que se vive na quadra principal do Palais des Sports em Freshville. Está o cenário montado para a cerimónia oficial, a cerimónia de entrega de troféus, o reconhecimento dos principais artistas daquela que foi a 27ª edição da Taça África desta competição de basquetebol. Angola resgata o título perdido há 2 anos em
Lloyd Carlos Moraes, unsurprisingly.
O troféu regressa a Luanda.
Tournament's best player.
Vai
All-star
usar
five. All-star five.
os melhores desta 27ª edição.
No pause. Get a photograph taken.
Expectativa, Carlos
The
Moraes.
recipient of a brand new Tissot watch.
Il a été primé comme étant parmi le 7 des meilleurs joueurs, le Sénégalais Malay Boy.
Foi o primeiro homenageado, Carlos Moraes. Não temos aqui indicações também.
From
a
Senegal.
do som ambiente não ajuda. Não
This is
ajuda.
Malai and
Nesta
Doi.
altura, Luís Caetano, estão a ser chamados os jogadores que fazem parte do 5 ideal. O primeiro foi Carlos Moraes, este jogador da Seleção Nacional e também do Petro de Luanda, MVP do Campeonato Africano de Clubes realizado na Guiné Equatorial, em Malabo. Carlos Moraes.
Eduardo Mingus comes out from Angola. Lloyd, he played a great game in the gold medal game.
Yes, he did. Thought he had a very good game. Eduardo Mingus does the dirty work, sometimes unrecognised.
Going to get his picture taken with Patrick Baumann, the Secretary General of FIBA.
Esta vitória no Campeonato Africano das Nações. E agora mais integrante, Nelson.
And no surprise here, Lloyd, Austin Morai from Egypt. Well deserved for him.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been fantastic. Really had a disappointing game in the final. He'll, unfortunately, almost remember that going back. But through the big part of this tournament, he was the best player on Egypt without a doubt. Played tremendously well. So congratulations to him.
Est élu dans le sac majeur, c'est bien.
Falta para o 5 mundial.
Expectativa.
Le meneur de jeu de la Côte d'Ivoire, qui a été représenté dans la sélection. On vous prend une photo. Merci beaucoup. Une photo et c'est parti.
C'est la photo qui est prise
Falta
de ce meilleur joueur, mais Solo Diabaté, lui, n'est pas là. Malheureusement, Solo
Está um senegalês, dois angolanos e um egípcio.
assister à cette remise des médailles. Il y a très peu de les joueurs.
Maintenant, on récompense individuelle.
Pareceu-me que foi chamado um jogador igualmente, só que a seleção igualmente já não está no Canadá. Portanto, há um outro integrante do 5 que pertence à seleção igualmente. Agora, neste caso, é a seleção com mais referência no 5 mundial. Neste caso, Carlos Moraes e Eduardo Mingus.
Segue a cerimónia aqui no Palais des Sports.
Hassan Mareille, qui est élu meilleur joueur.
Já está completo o quadro de seleções angolanas que participarão de africanas.
Meilleur joueur du tournoi,
Participarão
Nicolas
do
Bibi.
próximo campeonato do mundo de basquetebol a decorrer em Espanha. Angola campeã, Egito vice-campeã e o Senegal terceiro classificado deste campeonato africano. As 3 seleções que vão representar a África. Mais fortes deste campeonato da África. As seleções que melhor se apresentaram para fazer parte do próximo campeonato do mundo em Espanha. Sem dúvida, o Senegal foi uma grande equipa ao jogar contra a Côte d'Ivoire. O Senegal, embora ter passado por alguns momentos menos
So the word we just received is Carlos Morais is the tournament's MVP. I think that's well-deserved as well. He's had a fantastic tournament, averaged in double digits throughout amongst the tournament's leading scorers. Here's a look at Morais.
Yeah, well, Morais, double figures in every game. Much deserved award there. He finished 7th in points scored, or tied 7th, 15.9 a game. A fantastic award, and I think he showed his class at the big stage. 21 points in that final.
Carlos Morais is in front of us here as he's now getting down to the business of signing autographs. And this is an award to the tournament's leading scorer, received by the Nigerian Federation. We think, we can't be certain, but we think it might go to Ike Diogu, who averaged 21.9 points per game. Nigerians, like a lot of the teams, have already left Abidjan.
Carlos Edilson Alexandre Morais, o pai do Joaquim Morais, está na bancada. Acompanhando o irmão mais novo, Braulio Morais, seu colega do mesmo plano.
Et Joaquim Gomez qui casse, qu'il a eu 2 fois. Et malheureusement, Morais, là, enfin,
Aconteceu em dezembro. Exatamente. Aconteceu em dezembro. Em Malabo.
What a day for Carlos Morais. Another award, another watch.
He's only got one arm. I don't know where he's going to put them all. His girlfriend or wife back home is very happy.
You wouldn't mind being part of his entourage. You might get yourself a Tissot watch. Morais. And boy, this is the first time you've had a chance to see him play. Impressed with his array of skills.
Yeah,
This is the first time you've had a chance to see him play. Impressed with his array of skills.
Yeah, as you said, what you don't see on TV with Carlos Morais is the way he can move off the ball. I think he's a fantastic player. That movement gives him such an advantage. He has a good offensive skill set, the shot, the drive, the strength, the power. But yeah, the movement off the ball is the thing that is world class.
Não assusta ninguém, menos aos participantes desta edição. A fotografia deste jogador, o MVP, está estampada no gigante logo a chegada do aeroporto de Abidjan. No final, o Carlos Morais já entrou a vitória, já entrou a ganhar. Era só chegar para ter o Carlos Morais à sua frente.
Mais um momento de consagração nesta cerimónia final, voltamos a frisar. Não temos aqui o programa da cerimónia e por isso alguns pormenores temos que tentar interpretá-los no momento, neste ambiente com audição complicada. Mas vamos tentar transmitir fielmente este momento final, este momento de consagração do basquetebol continental. Esta festa, a festa dos angolanos. Volto a frisar que encontram-se aqui neste pavilhão alguns membros do governo angolano, Ministro da Juventude e Desportos, Gonçalo Antupa, Ministro da Defesa Nacional, Cândido Pereira Vanduna, Ministro da Comunicação Social, José Luís de Matos, Ministro do Planeamento.
Lord, I just had a brief chat with the Nigerian delegation, and they confirmed that Ike Diogu won the award as the top scorer of the tournament. He is not here, so the award accepted by the Federation. Here's Senegal. They get up onto the podium, get ready to receive their bronze medal. There's a big smile by Lewis Adams. He'll be able to write an essay when he gets back to college. What did you do this summer?
What a fantastic achievement by Senegal. And after their group performances, we had really written them off as medal hopefuls. But a fantastic knockout stage for them, including a great win today against the Ivory Coast.
The Ivory Coast in today's first game by 1 point, 57-56. So credit to them. Something to look forward to. And of course, they'll need to get their preparations right as they prepare to test themselves against the best in the world next summer. Hard for Senegal. Their players, most of them play abroad. Have to come back to Senegal or maybe meet in France somewhere together and train, get ready for the World Cup.
Yeah, but they have a year to plan, and that's the big key, the preparation, the ability to get everyone together nice and early to prepare. The longer you have in camp, the easier it is. So I'm sure the Senegalese Federation will relish the chance of having that organisational nightmare, a chance to get everybody together.
You look there at the Senegalese coaching staff, led by head coach Sheikh Sarr right there. He's just about to receive his bronze medal. So what an improvement they've made throughout the tournament. Senegal, one of the most storied teams in these African championships. 5 gold medals in their trophy cabinet, 6 silvers, and now 4 bronze medals. The Angolans are getting ready to celebrate, but of course it's Egypt's turn to take the podium. Boy, Egypt and Senegal, after Angola, have got the most gold medals. Egypt also with 5, so they'll add another medal to their illustrious history.
Yeah, this Egyptian team has done very well at the AfroBasket junior age groups in the last bit of time, so we'll expect more and more of these young Egyptians to come through. Of course, we saw a couple of them today. Also Mariah, who made the All-Star 5, the 21-year-old. Of course, Shusha, the number 12, played great minutes today yet again. So another strong performance from him, and they're the kind of forerunners paving the way for Osama, the young 18-year-old we saw at the end of the game. So future is bright for Egypt, especially on the inside. The size and the ability of Mariah and Osama. So it's a strong future for Egypt, and I think they'll be delighted with this second place. A world championship where they can perhaps breed some more of that youth.
So Egypt will add a bronze medal to their trophy cabinet. They have 5 golds, 5 silvers, and now 7 bronze medals. Their last medal coming in 2003. In the early days, Egypt had to play as part of AfroBasket. From 37 to 53, they competed in Europe, waiting for FIBA Africa to become an entity, which happened in 1960-61.
voltaram a mostrar que, de facto, o Egito é uma nação que tem muito valor.
Au palmarès, il va falloir une dizaine d'années
De facto,
avant de les
tem
rattraper.
este valor, independentemente das motivações políticas que existem no seu país, mas aqui mostraram que o desporto
We're just anticipating the announcement of Angola as the new champions.
hoje o Egito é a vice-campeã.
Está a chegar o momento. Está a chegar o momento. Esta é a cerimônia.
So, Lloyd, normal service has been resumed. Angola, having come away with silver in 2011, once again earned themselves a gold medal. It is their 11th gold medal. They have 3 silvers and 2 bronzes. And looking ahead, Lloyd, until World Cup 2014, some new blood really needs to come into this Angolan squad. You would have thought Almeida will retire. It'd be difficult for some new players to establish themselves on the world stage.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting time because, of course, we were told Almeida this will be his final game. We'll see whether that's true with the chance to play in the World Cup in Spain. But of course, you know, Joaquim Gomez coming to perhaps the end of his career as well, at least the later stages. And I think there are still a couple of holes where they're going to have to find some people to come in. They have the young Radocio, who hardly got any time in this tournament, and he has shown the ability to be a post scorer. Perhaps he will have an increased role. A year out of college, a year in the pro ranks, so it'll be interesting to see what sort of Angolan team we have in Spain in 2014.
Yeah, it'd be perfect for Radocio to have his first season as a pro. The numbers that he recorded in college, as you mentioned earlier, he was a proven scorer in the American collegiate system. He needs to make that transition to becoming a full-time pro. The Angolans come over and command the Egyptians. Now we'll shake hands with the Senegalese. The sportsmanship throughout the tournament has been very, very good.
Oh, well, it's been superb. It's been very physical at times. Teams really getting after each other. A lot of battling, bodies being thrown around all over the place. But, you know, immediately as soon as it's over, teams then help each other up and ensure a genuine concern whenever there was any injuries.
The last time we were in this part of the world was in 1985 when Abidjan hosted the African Championships. Ivory Coast came over with a gold medal then. We're disappointed that they didn't come away with something. They lost in the bronze medal game earlier today, but the people of Ivory Coast have certainly put on a wonderful spectacle. There's Almeida who will raise the trophy, the Cup of Africa. And he draws a shout from all of his teammates. Right on cue, the confetti goes in the air. So to our left, the horns of Angola blare out. And there it is, champion of AfroBasket 2013, Angola. Ben to our left laying out the national anthem of Angola. The players are singing it.
Merci de nous avoir suivis, de nous avoir été fidèles. À très bientôt.
Now as national anthem of Angola is played here in the arena.
Tous les sports, le basket, peut-être l'année prochaine, en 10 ans, il y a un nouvel AfroBasket, tellement de beaux événements de sport. Vous avez une égalité. Et l'hymne de l'Angola qui est même maintenant joué dans la salle.
of the 2013 champions of Africa, Angola. Lloyd, it's been a pleasure working with you. Let's hope we can do it again in another couple of years. For those of you who've been with us, look forward to seeing you in 2 years. Turn your attention now to AfroBasket in the Americas region. On behalf of my partner, Lloyd Gardner, it's goodbye from me, Liam County. You've been watching African basketball, 2013 champions, the 27th edition of the African Championships of Basketball.
Aqui de Trashville, em Abidjan, o embaixador de Angola na Alemanha, Alberto Correia Neto, parabeniza a seleção nacional por este triunfo. O Ministério da Educação felicita a seleção nacional de basquetebol por esta vitória. O Sandro Santos em Benguela também a felicitar a vitória da seleção nacional. A representação diplomática de Angola nas Nações Unidas em Nova Iorque também a felicitar a vitória de Angola. O Demilce Viegas felicita a seleção nacional. Demilce Viegas, obrigado. Nós estamos aqui mesmo para, dentro do possível, elevarmos bem grande, bem alto este ambiente à volta da seleção nacional. Obrigado pela sua mensagem, Delmice Viegas. E vamos ter, dentro de mais alguns instantes, solicitar a nossa produção para que crie as condições no sentido de termos em direto o selecionador nacional para a TPA. Temos aqui imagens